way that it was meant to be seen. You know, you grow up, at least I did, watching a lot of his movies on television, and it just doesn't do justice that these things were just so well crafted and really made to be watched this way. So it's a big thrill for me anytime I get to watch one of them, or two of them tonight, on a big screen in a theater. So I'm anxious to see it. I guess we're watching The Rings game first, 1939. Won the Academy Award for Best Special Effects, which, if you look at them, I mean, we're so jaded to special effects now, but for that day, this was astonishing special effects. And I believe that movie was number 4 at the box office that year, and another one of my father's movies, Jesse James, was number 2 at the box office for that year. So he had a very good year. That was a big year for him. And he plays an Indian, which they could get away with back then. I think they didn't really cast ethnically correctly back then, and he was having such a great year, they figured they could put him in a turban and put brown makeup on him and it would make money, and it did. So, right. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy it.
This is Romina, Tyrone's oldest daughter, beautiful woman. And this is his youngest daughter, Taryn. Hello.
To be able to see these old movies on a big screen, I think it's wonderful. Really wonderful that you were able to organize this.
Martin School of Drama. And whereas Tyrone Power was able to play drama, romantic comedies, costume movies, and swashbuckler roles, many where he used the sword better than anyone in such films as The Mark of Zorro, that made him a valuable asset for 20th Century Fox, the second biggest box office draw in 1939, and one of the top 100 box office movie makers of all times. And whereas in the height of Tyrone's career, he enlisted in the Marine Corps, was promoted to first lieutenant, served missions in the Pacific, was awarded the American Campaign Medal, the Asia Pacific Campaign Medal with 2 Bronze Stars, and the World War II Victory Medal, and was promoted to captain in the reserves. And whereas Tyrone Power went back to his roots on stage and played before sellout crowds for 23 weeks at the London Coliseum in Mr. Roberts, and traveled the US and Canada, performing in The Dark Is Light Enough, and returned to England for 23 weeks performing The Devil's Disciple. And whereas we take this opportunity to inform the citizens of Massillon that we recognize and laud the efforts of Tyrone Power for his talents he has bestowed to the public in movies and theater. And now, therefore, I, Kathy Kenazura Perry, Mayor of the City of Massillon, Ohio, do hereby proclaim the day of May 10th, 2014 in celebration of Tyrone's 100th birthday as Tyrone Edmund Power Jr. Day.
I want to just say, first of all, that was very touching. We want to keep our father's legacy alive, and sometimes we feel like we run into too much commercialism, where that seems to take precedence over the talent and what he did contribute. And I'll tell you, I was born in Los Angeles, and I lived in many places, and I never felt I had any roots anywhere. And I'll tell you, I'm beginning to feel like there's some kind of rootage going on in Ohio, and it's really very, very heartwarming, and thank you so much for your hospitality. Really, truly, thank you.
I've been living in Europe most of the time, and I have to say that in Italy, my father's name and his career and his memory is very, very much alive, very much alive. The book that I have recently published here was published in Italy in the 90s, and even young children know who Tyrone Power was, and they have a great respect for him. And here it's taken me such a long time to convince anybody to publish this book that I wasn't able to find a publisher, that I have self-published it for the moment, because I feel that he needed this tribute, especially on the centenary of his birth, and because I did a research of over 25 years to collect memories of his colleagues, of the women he loved, of people who were associated to him in his life. And I feel that because something true was needed about him, not only those tremendous gossip books that come out that with full of sensationalism just because there's some little scandal in them or something. No, this is a true collection of true people and true memories. And the reason why I put it together is because when he died I was only 7, and I don't have any memories of my own, so I went looking for other people's. And I'm happy to publish it now here in the States, finally in English. This is a limited edition book in honor of the centenary, but there will be afterwards a paperback version that will be commercial on Amazon and everywhere, because he should be remembered. I mean, it's only fair that he should be.